Today I'm going to talk about the kind of fuel that you use when you are dealing with motivations and dealing with your mission. Because a lot of people get into their success journey for, frankly, the wrong reasons, and as a consequence of that, they're using the wrong kind of fuel. For example, you wouldn't use the kind of fuel you put in your lawnmower to run a Porsche, would you? And you wouldn't put the kind of fuel to run a Porsche into a jet. And you wouldn't put the kind of fuel required for a jet into a spaceship. What I'm talking about here is the motivations that often cause us to want to succeed, which sometimes can translate into bad fuel. 3 of those include wanting to be successful because you want to get women. You want to improve your sex life. You want to make yourself more attractive to the other gender or the other sex or whoever it is or whatever it is that you want to make yourself attractive to. But unfortunately, if you're going to use this as your fuel, it's going to be like putting 2-stroke into a Porsche. You're going to smoke heavily. You're going to stall. You're going to break down on the roadside. Yes, and you might even burn out your engine. So if you're motivated to be successful because you want to hit, nail, or get the girl, I'd like to suggest to you that this kind of fuel is inadequate for your purpose. Another inadequate fuel source is fake status. Trying to be successful because you want to prove to the world that you are somehow more status-ridden than you are. This can be accompanied by the third kind of bad fuel, I'd suggest, which is bling. Buying stuff to impress other people, which is unnecessary, expensive, and a drain on your resources. When you're motivated to be successful so that you can buy more crap, eventually you're just going to end up surrounded by more crap. Sure, you can sell it on, maybe at a discount, but the bottom line is you are throwing your cash, your energy, and your resources into depreciating assets. So, if you're motivated to succeed because you want the bling, you want the chick, and you want the status, I'm afraid these are bad fuel sources and they're not going to serve you well in the long term. So what is a better kind of fuel? A better kind of fuel to try and use is the idea of your legacy. Do you want your legacy to be an example to others or a warning? If you want your legacy to be an example to others, that's good fuel. Do you have a mission? Have you clearly defined who you are serving, what your mission is, and who you want to impact? And the third kind of good fuel I'd like to mention is the fuel of self-awareness. Are you aware of your mission? Are you aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it? Because if you are, and your awareness locks into your legacy and your mission, as opposed to your desire to get chicks and score bling, then you're on the right footing. But the final, best kind of fuel that you can use is a desire to make positive impacts on the lives of yourself and others. If you have a desire to make a positive impact on your life and therefore the lives of others, that, my friend, is the best kind of fuel you can take on board, and it will get you to the stars.